Hello again, everybody. Sebastian here. This is going to be another Watch Our Bones video. In this one, I want to talk to you about Demon Soldier affiliation. I want to share some tips as to how to best get, the BP on these units as you can with the account and the gear that you have and the heroes that you have to try to get the most out of these guys, so you are ready to then use them for whatever defense you have to then go and tackle. Now, these are general tips that you can apply to your account, and then you can then tinker around with them as you go and you try to make the best that you can out of the demon soldiers here. All right, so in order for you to affiliate your demon soldiers, you're gonna need heroes, right? And then from those heroes, then you're gonna need to put appropriate gear to try to boost their BP as much as you can. Now, how do I go about this? Well, the first thing that we need to do is identify the heroes that are going to give us the most BP. Now, here's the interesting thing. This is a collaboration that I am carrying out right now with MidnightOil, who is a member of the DragonSlayers Community. And also, the data that we are getting it from my access to the test server and from members of the community that have highly awakened heroes. They have invested skills in them, and they have also put the best gear that they have in their account to try to boost as much BP as they can. So this is one of the tools that I make our guildmates, we make accessible to our guildmates, in showing them which heroes here can give us the most BP when we are trying to make sure that we then can translate that to our demon soldiers. So for this example here, and let me, one of the things that I will tell you is this is available in the DragonSlayers Community Discord. It is also available in my Discord. As soon as this is updated, I post the screenshot back in there so you all have an idea of what heroes to go for. So this here is listed alphabetically. We have here on the left-hand side, we have the name of the hero. This here is in this column, the first column here in the A. These are all fighters. So the conditions that we look for are A5, max skilled, and they have to have Wailing Skull to compare them all. Some of these heroes' exclusive artifacts do even better than Wailing Skull. So if you have them and you have them plus 25, you are probably going to get more BP than is what's listed here. But this is just kind of, we've set a base, and then it kind of gives us an idea of which heroes to target if we have them in our account. So, of course, many of you probably have heard that one of the best heroes when it comes to fighters to affiliate your BPs is Uridan. Uridan can give us the most in terms of BP from this class here, 126. Valkyria is not bad at 114. In fact, I was using her for a while. I'm still using her, but I was using her to be one of the max that I have. As you can see here, then Twyla and where Talon fall. Of course, if you don't have them highly awakened, these numbers are going to be lower. But if you compare them side by side on a fully skilled basis with the Wailing Skull, you're definitely going to see kind of the numbers kind of match up in terms of trying to affiliate your hero. So, for example, in my case here in the Forerunners account, which is the one that I'm going to be showing you, I have an A0 Ardea with an A1 Valkyria. So then from the numbers here, I know that usually Ardea can get a little bit ahead of Valkyria, and in some situations it does apply, but because I have Valkyria A1, she sometimes does end up beating Ardea. So it's just kind of those cases that you can then make a mental note on. But it kind of, this then gives us an idea of which heroes to go based on the heroes that you have in your account. As you can see here on the marksman side, some of the ones that are very good for affiliations, of course, are Hex, Sertram, Silas, Lady Alexandra, if you can get him up to A5, is one of the best. Iobar, 114. Now, also do keep in mind that there are some conditions that that Midnight does list here on the bottom. Those are also in the screenshots. But essentially, what you have to take into account with the Lords is that you have to add a 10% bonus on top of what the BP here is listed. So here for Iobar, we have it listed as 114. So we then have to add 11.4 or 140. So you take 10% of this, right, which is 11,000, and then you add that to this to get then more BP. So that kind of gives you an idea. Okay, 10% more of what the number is indicated here. You got to add on to it, then so you can get that. So in estimates, Iobar is actually 125. Even though you'll only see his BP at 114, technically when you take him into the battlefield, he'll boost your Demon Soldier even more. So that's essentially what that is here. For mages, one of the things, at least from we were able to learn from the mages, some of the higher ones, of course, Prarius. In fact, we have him here at 112, 925. But there are reports from somebody remembering that they saw at 114 Prarius, which it may be the case. They just probably had a lot of pieces with HP included in them, because that's what boosts the BP essentially for some of these heroes is attack speed, crit damage, HP is essentially what it's boosting. We learned that Alistar can be a very good one to get your heroes affiliated with as well. One hero that is coming into the game, and this number will get updated. This is why it's in red right now. Beelzebub. Beelzebub can actually get into the 120s when you A5 him and fully skill him. He is one of the, if you're not counting Lord, he is one of the highest BP heroes that you can get into your account. In it, I don't know how many of you are going to invest 5 or 4 unpolished soulstones on him, but he can get pretty high. Or if you even have an A1 and you don't have the luxury of a lot of these other heroes that have high BP, you can definitely use him to affiliate your heroes. Seraphina was actually in the middle range. She actually surprised a little bit, but you can kind of get a sense of how good the mages can be. Now, when it comes to defenders and healers, we definitely knew that some of them you can get a lot of BP from them. Cyrus and Torador, especially if they're high awakened. That's no big secret. The one that really surprised us though was Inomia. We can get her up to 117. So this is one of those heroes that you may want to look to see in your account. And if you have her in your account and you try to affiliate her and see how much BP you can get her out of her. But remember, in this situation here, it was fully skilled. So you have to invest the legendary skill crystals on her. And you have to have a fully awakened to get to this type of BP, 117. For those of you that don't have the luxury to get to A5 with many heroes, you're probably going to want to rely on your fighters and maybe some of your mages. And then eventually some of the marksmen do catch up. But this is a tool here that I have used, or that I point to people so they can look at their accounts and say, okay, maybe these are the heroes that I want to focus on. Today's video is sponsored by SMILEONE, the official third-party payment platform for Watcher of Realms, where you can get 10% discount on your purchases of W Gold. Watcher of Realms players will have the opportunity to purchase Black Friday special deals on November 29th, one day only, including a rare summoning pack for 2,999 W Gold, a mixed bundle summoning pack for 9,999 W Gold that includes 30 ancient crystals, and a legendary summoning pack for 4,999 W Gold. Now, these deals again will only be available for one day, and you can access them by clicking on my special link that is in the description section and also the top pinned comment of this video. And by clicking on it, you are supporting the channel. Now, SMILEONE is currently available in the following regions: Russia, the United States, the European Union, Indonesia, Philippines, Taiwan, South Korea, and Hong Kong. Thank you to SMILEONE for sponsoring today's video, and to you for your support. All right, let me go back here to my account. Let me see here if I can bring it back up. Okay, so how do I approach this? So here I am in Forerunners, and here's essentially what I do when I'm preparing myself to go and do GvG. You're gonna see, so here all my heroes have gear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go after the heroes that have all my good pieces, especially the ancient mythic pieces from T2 and then some T3 sets. And so I wanna make sure that I have as many of them available for this example here. And then I just got down the line and kind of check to make sure that nobody's hoarding anything. I check my epics because sometimes I do give them some of the best gear to do some if I'm doing something with them. And then no, that one can stay. Those pieces did not roll as well. So that's the one exception here. Okay, so now here's my list. Here are the heroes that I have. So I, from the list, know which heroes I am going to go for. So I know for sure. So the way that I discern my heroes here is with the hearts. Okay, that's how I have them labeled. My hearts is not specifically that I love the hero. Some of the hero I do like to use, but Valkyria and Ardea, you know, you gotta use them. I mean, they're awesome. But these are my marks when it comes to for affiliation. So first thing that I do is I have my Lord. He's awakened 3, so I am going to use him for high affiliate. So first thing that I make sure is that he has my TOT that is 25, right? For mages, this here will do. If you have another one that is 25, you can give it to him if you want. It won't change the BP. But most of the time I use him for everything that I do. I use him in TOT. So that's what he has. But if you have artifact that is 25 for mages, use it. Okay, some heroes have their own exclusives, and sometimes when you level the exclusives past 19, they actually gain more BP than a regular standard just a standard artifact. So you may want to actually go ahead and use that. All right, so now that I have him set, I am going to just do quick equip there. So now usually the game will select ageless because it has crit damage in it, so that'll boost BP. Now you can see here he's not crit cap, but essentially what he's doing is trying to tap off attack speed, and give him some crit damage. And in addition, if some of the pieces have HP, they even work a lot better. Now, this is my quick way of doing it. If you have the time, you can easily then go into your gear settings and click on the warlord pieces that you have and see if the game messed up somehow. See if there's some way that you can get some BP out of it. Okay, so you can go through the process and try to see maybe there's another piece that you're looking at. Maybe there's something that you remember that you have that you think, oh, maybe I can get more BP out of it. And then eventually, maybe you hit on one that the game missed. All right, so definitely if you want to do that, you can do that. So here, look, I have a piece here on, and for some reason, I can get more BP out of him for that. So let's replace that. There. Now it's set. Okay. If you want to save the set, you can save the set, but you don't need to. You know, I already have all my other sets saved. So I knew the set that Predius had that I unequipped of him, it's already saved. So I can always go back to it. All right. So he now has that gear. All right. Now I know the second one in my list is Jira. Okay. So one of the things that I'm going to make sure is that she has Wailing Skull. For some reason, Wailing Skull is coded like an exclusive in the game. So if you have one or two of these, go for it. In my global account, which is the dirty pay to win account, I already have 4 of them. Because if I'm going to affiliate fighters, I'm going to use Wailing Skull to get the most BP. So Jira has my Wailing Skull, my 25 Wailing Skull in this account. I'm going to click quick equip, same thing. It's going to go after ageless sets, warlord sets. In some situations, if the vengeance is a very good rolls, it'll pick that over. But now I have Jira, she's set at 109. Now here, this guy here, Predius, might be listed at 105, but please remember you have to add the 10%. So these are my 2 higher ones. Who's my third one? Talon. Same thing. Boom. I'm going to highlight and then picks my H-list pieces. And because I want to make sure that he has the most BP possible, he gets my second Wailing Skull that I have in this account. All right. All right, so then I have other heroes here that can give me the same. So you can then go toy around with your account and say, okay, so it's my idea, which now I have a 25 Scarlet Hunt on her. But if you have another Wailing Skull that is at least 19, put it on. You'll get more BP out of it. So in this case, I'm going to say, okay, maybe I got some new pieces. All right, let's affiliate. I get 95 out of her. I think Valkyria might be beater. Does she? Yeah, I can get 96 out of her. All right, now let's go try it. Magnus was high on the list. Let's try him. 94. Okay, so he didn't pan out this time. Alistar. Okay, let me give him a TOT here. So let me give him a TOT. Now let's affiliate. And we get up to 97. Hey, that's the winner. We'll keep that. I have 4 now. Now, who's going to be my 5th one? Most likely it's probably going to be Valkyria. So let's see here. 93. No, it's probably because I took that H-list set. So let's go with the one that has higher attack. 95. All right. 95.6. And then I have my Ardea here at 95.0. Well, you know what? I'm going to take the extra 6 or the extra 600. So that's what I'm going to go with. I have my 5 now. All right. So now let's go back here and I'm going to use, okay, I'm trying to, okay, thank you. I'm going to, again, go to friendlies and I'm going to use my, let's use Oracle here for the example. So now let's say I'm going to be getting ready to attack him. And let's say this is the roster that I'm going to use. All right. So who's going to be my win condition? Well, most likely it's going to be my Slaughterer, my Dagger. I want my healer to have a little bit more oomph of it. I'm hoping to close things out with the dogs after I get through. Maybe then my Templar here will be the 4th highest affiliation. So then I list them accordingly, and then I press click affiliation, and there's hopefully they're supposed to be affiliated, but if there isn't, you can always go check. So here it is. My Slaughterer has the highest one. Okay, so for this round, it didn't do it, possibly because I already had used affiliation before I started the after I started the game with another set. So that's something that it won't work. So here I'm just gonna go down the line and affiliate him based on the BP of the heroes that I'm using. So then the last one here is going to be Magnus. And now I have a team that is, at least in this one, 552. So let me take myself, if I can, take myself out so you can see the number, which is 552. This is the max that this particular set is going to do for me. And this is what this kind of lineup does on average, which is fine. Perfect. I can use it now. All right, so here, let me go back. So let me do something like this one here. So now this is a different set. So let's say we're going to go with something like this because we wanted to get our Gardener Guards. So now I want to get my Gardener Guards highly affiliated. So let's do that. When you're doing the game and you're doing it for the first time, the quick affiliation for the service, if you have your 5 hero set, use the quick affiliation for the, if you haven't used it for the first time, because for some reason the game doesn't reset. It keeps the same 5 heroes that you're doing. So I must have been doing something earlier in the day, and that is why it's not switching over to the new set of heroes. But then again, look, 593 is highly affiliated. That's what I'm going to go with. So that's kind of the ideas that I can give you in terms of how to affiliate your heroes. I was surprised by some of the new recruits that I bringing into our Forerunners Guild, that some of them didn't really understand how to BP affiliate, and we had to kind of show them. We had to teach them how to do it. Because one of the things, I don't know how many of, if you're watching this, how many of you thought of this before, and maybe the game does not do a good job in explaining this. But for some of the new recruits that we're getting, they were thinking that because the Gardener Guard had a marksman tag on it, that when they went to affiliate, they needed to affiliate to a marksman. And then in that situation, they were kind of cutting themselves short, because then they would go and pick a marksman that you saw on the list may not have as high BP, and they would then affiliate it to that hero. In other situations, we've seen where we ask him, what gear are you putting on your heroes? And it was just, well, just the regular stuff that I use. And what we saw is that they would just have a T1 set. You're not going to get a whole lot of BP out of that. So I hope that you kind of find these tips a little bit helpful. And like I said, if you need to come and look at the chart, feel free. 2 places, my Discord, link on the description of this video. Or if you want to, you can join the DragonSlayers Community Discord, because it is a collaboration that I'm having with them in terms of getting all the data. It is also going to be posted there in the Guild Wars thread. So I'd like to thank you all very much for tuning in and watching. If you found this video helpful, please do remember to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next Watcher of Realms video.